Good evening. Welcome back to Soul Search Sunday with Johnny Tiger. This is May 31st, 2020. The night is chill. There's a cold wind coming through the window. And we are into week number 13 of the coronavirus quarantine, staying at home, social distancing. As if the world hadn't had enough problem with coronavirus, we've had a series of natural disasters such as flood and fire and other stuff that's been going on. And now, on top of everything, there are riots happening all throughout the United States and Canada and parts of Europe. It's shaping up to be a rather interesting year, to be sure, although probably not in a good way. Speaking of the riots, let's talk a little bit about anger because most of the people that are protesting, that are rioting, are doing so because they're angry at the treatment of black people, African American people. I don't know what is the PC term right now, so please don't hate on me. Uh, let's just say black people. The treatment of black people at the hands of police officers. And for the most part, these anger are well founded. There has been a lot of cases uh, just within this last 3 months. I can think of at least three serious cases where a black African American person got killed when it wasn't necessary. Wasn't always by police, but uh, the death happened, and I'm sure that people feel that they need to uh, do something about it. And I'm sure that because we all been cooped up at home and dealing with a lot of stress with the global pandemic, people are taking this as an opportunity to vent some of their frustration and stuff like that as well. I remember a handful of years ago, I started a case on a new client for counseling. And as is the case, whenever we take in a new client, we have to do an assessment to find out what is it that they were looking for, what is it that they were working toward, and what they believe that we could do for them. And this older gentleman came to me and he said, "You are going to think this is totally ridiculous, but I have a problem with anger." Now, that's really common. I get a lot of clients that come to me because of anger management issues. So I just stayed quiet, allowing him to continue. And he said, "My problem is that I don't get angry." And before I could say anything else, he rushed ahead and he said, I know that you'll probably think that that is not a problem. I have people telling me that I'm blessed for not being able to get angry, but I feel that it's a problem. What do you think? Please tell me honestly." And I said to him, I said, "You're right. That is a big problem." And he was shocked that I didn't try to tell him that it's good to not be able to get angry and so on and so on. So he asked me, "Wow, you're the first one who acknowledged that it's a problem. So Can I ask you why do you say it's a problem when everyone else seems to tell me that it's a good thing that I don't get angry? At first, I couldn't really find the words for it. At first, I knew on an instinctual level as a emotion worker, as a mental psychological worker, that there's something wrong. But at first, I couldn't find the word to explain why it felt wrong. But then I realized because the emotion of anger is there for a reason. It is in us because it has a purpose. Just like you may have a hammer in your toolkit. Now, whether you want to use that hammer is up to you. If you want to use that hammer to break things or to build things, it's up to you. But if that hammer is missing, then we got a problem because now you have an incomplete toolkit. So if we say that we have anger issue. A lot of people say they have anger management issue. They get too angry, and people say they don't want to be that angry. I would say unto every one of you that your anger is not the problem. It's what you choose to do with it that is the problem. Anger quite often gives rises to fantastic things. A lot of things that we enjoy today probably wouldn't have existed if someone somewhere sometime didn't get so angry and say, we have to change this. And then they went ahead and started changing things. And when things didn't work out the way they wanted them to, rather than quitting, they let their anger drive them on until good things happen. Telephone, electric light, airplane, etc., etc. A lot of things that we can name today came to being because someone, somewhere, sometime got angry, got fed up about something. So as I proceeded to chat with this gentleman, this new client, I realized one thing that it's not that he didn't feel anger, but rather he was afraid to get angry because he said to me, he said, I don't know what I would do when I get angry. I don't know how far I would go. Quite often, we limit ourselves. We don't want to cry. We are afraid people laugh at us. We don't want to get angry. We're afraid that we're going to break things and people are going to judge us. But there's always a safe place, a safe time to do these things and minimize potential damage. There's an interesting new invention in the world in the US and Canada right now called the anger room. And what is the anger room? You guys can Google that. Is there's this house that's set up for people to go in and get angry. So if you are really angry at something, you have a lot of things going on at work, and you go in, let's say you pay $50, and then you can spend an hour in the anger room, and you are welcome to break anything you want, and throw anything you like, and yell as loud as you would like, and cry and sit down and drum your heels on the floor. Uh, Quite an interesting way of letting out pent up energy. Very creative way of making money while helping out a lot of people, I imagine. A lot of my friends often tell me that I'm so calm. I seem to be able to stay focused and mild no matter what's happening. Little do they know that I am, in many ways, just like my client. I feel anger. I feel anger a lot. A lot of the things I do today, martial art, music, living independently as a blind person, a lot of these things came to being because I was angry at the abuse, at the neglect, at the things that I experienced as a child. And one by one, I put actions to my anger. Whatever that was making me angry, I dealt with it. I vanquished them one by one, just like they were enemies. But even then, I find that if I'm not careful, I can easily slip back and become that bitter, angry, and violent teenager that I once was. So, in front of most people, even people who are close to me, I've built this protective barrier between my temper and them. If only people would know that I spend
The time is now
probably
10 p.m.
stop it, you're making me angry. If people would only know how often I actually get angry and how often I think violent, despicable thoughts, probably no one would be watching my video today. But this just go back to what I was talking about. Feeling angry, it's okay. It's what we're meant to do. Just like crying is okay, laughing is okay, having fun is okay, feeling aroused is okay. But what you choose to do with that anger, how you plan to direct it. You can use this anger as an energy to build something, or you can use your anger as an energy to destroy something or someone. That's where judgment come in. That's where the right or wrong come in. The next time when you feel angry, don't chastise yourself. My Asian accent was tripping me up there, and that is making me so angry. Anyway, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Next time when you feel anger, you feel like you're going to lose your temper, don't chastise yourself. Rather than telling yourself that you can't get angry, rather than uh, telling yourself that you shouldn't get angry, ask yourself, what can I do to make use of this uh, God given, evolution granted, naturally born gift that is anger? What can I do to make use of it rather than holding it in or letting it lash out to cause destruction, damage, and pain? Thank you for checking out this week's Soul Search Sunday. We'll be back again tomorrow for Music Monday. For now, have fun, be strong, be angry, and have a good night.